WGAL News 8 Today starts now.
Well, we did it once. Yeah. Let's see if we can do it again. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. Today is the 16th. I'm Matt Barcaro.
I'm Caitlin Smith. Regina's checking on our roads, and Christine's here to tell us about the tide record yesterday, right? Yeah.
87 was our high yesterday, so we did it.
We did it.
We could get it again today. The record is 89. Yes. So, I mean, if it's this hot, let's go. Let's get it done. Here's the Storm Team Live Radar Network. Right now, we just have some passing clouds. Notice at the very top of your screen, there's some showers, some isolated thunderstorms going by, but they will stay north of our area. Temperatures in the 60s. This is warmer than our average high for this time of the year in Harrisburg. The average high is 64. It's currently 66 degrees. So that should tell you something about our forecast today. Here's the 12-hour outlook. Partly to mostly sunny skies as we head into the afternoon. Our high is 88 with a southwesterly breeze. There may be a shower or isolated thunderstorm late, most likely after dark. So the majority of your day is dry and just downright hot. Who put on the AC yesterday? I did.
Finally did.
I had to.
No, you didn't yet, Caitlin?
No, I said I had already done it. Yeah. We were just making sure it worked.
All right. It is 5:02, about to be in about a few seconds here on your Thursday morning, and I have been absolutely loving this weather. Hopefully you have too, got your iced coffee and your ice water ready and having a ball with this weather. Right now across the Susquehanna Valley, no crashes that I'm seeing. You are good to go at 5:02 to head off to your destination. Now, I did see a little bit of a slowdown in Franklin County, of course, with the construction there in Antrim Township on I-81 at exit 3, Route 11 Molly Pitcher Highway. So if you are traveling there or have plans to this morning, just expect a little bit of a slowdown there. Southbridge looking great on this Thursday morning, and some drive time for you if you're heading out of Harrisburg to Lancaster, 31-minute drive there. If you're headed there from Lebanon on Route 422 westbound there, it's a 38-minute drive, and Harrisburg to York, 20 minutes there on 83 southbound. We'll have another update in just a few minutes.
This has been a Lancaster Toyota traffic report.
Today, an autopsy is scheduled for a woman whose body was found in a home in Lebanon County.
That home is in South Londonderry Township near Mount Gretna, and that is where we find News 8's Gabrielle Thomas. She is live outside of the home this morning with a police presence there, Gabrielle.
Matt and Caitlin, police have been here for several days now monitoring the home. I do want to show you that this home behind me here on Timber Lane was purchased at a sheriff's sale. Now, when the new owners went to check it out, they called police for a welfare check after smelling a foul odor. Now, officers say they got to the home around 3:30 Tuesday afternoon, and shortly after 9, the coroner and hazmat crew were called. Hazmat teams say they're typically brought to assist when a body is in a state of decomposition. Now, I talked to residents in the area yesterday who say the neighborhood is pretty quiet and say they were shocked when they heard what happened.
I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's a shame. This is a very upscale neighborhood. Mount Gretna is a upscale, very tight community. Everyone, as a rule, maintains their homes, and it's a beautiful area. And these things are very uncommon, very uncommon.
Now, when I talked to neighbors yesterday, they said that they saw police take a man out of the home. The man was not in handcuffs. We're still working to learn more information about what has happened here on Timber Lane. In South Londonderry Township, I'm Gabrielle Thomas, WGAL News 8.
All right, thanks, Gabrielle. We do have some more information on that home that was sold right there at the sheriff's sale, as Gabrielle was just mentioning. Documents from the Lebanon County Prothonotary's office say the owner of the home, Charlene Bentz, who is also known as Charlene McCula, defaulted on the mortgage in April 2023, owing more than $100,000. The home was then sold Tuesday at the sheriff's sale for more than $300,000. Now, people whose homes go up for sheriff's sale are allowed to stay in their home until a new deed is filed, and typically those who buy a home at a sheriff's sale are not allowed to go inside the home before they buy it. Our coverage continues on WGAL.com. You can hear more from neighbors by scanning the QR code that you see right now on your screen.
It's 5:05, and the Carnival in the parking lot of the Park City Center continues tonight, and we are hearing from the company who runs it after it just reopened last night with added security and extra rules. This comes after police say this happened. Take a look at that video. Police say there were multiple fights involving a large crowd of unaccompanied teens. 2 13-year-olds were arrested but later released to their parents, and they are not facing any charges. Now you'll find that fence up around the carnival, and anyone under 18 must be with an adult who is at least 25.
I've done this my whole life, and times are changing. Unfortunately, there's a lot of parents out there that do not watch their kids like they should be when they're at a place like this. There's a lot of hazards, so we have to be strict for that, and unfortunately, we have to be the parents.
Lancaster police also put out a notice to parents to make sure they know where their children are and who they are with at all times.
This morning, we're hearing from a teacher who says his job is on the chopping block ahead of a planned vote to furlough staff in the school district of Lancaster. The district is planning to vote next week on a plan to furlough more than 100 employees and cut programs. The cut's the result of a $10 million budget deficit the district is facing. The teacher, who wanted to have his identity hidden, says the students will feel the biggest impact of these cuts.
High schoolers right now who may lose intervention services, they may lose reading interventionists and math interventionists. These are kids who are trying to get into college. These are kids who are trying to get into trade schools. These are kids who are trying to do their best for their family. And it doesn't feel like the district is acknowledging those needs with these furlough plans.
Some school board members say the furlough agreement is not finalized, but say that 73 teachers and specialists and about 15 administrative employees could be furloughed. A vote on a full furlough agreement expected on Tuesday.
New this morning, applications for a program giving money to student teachers and full-time teachers is opening today. It will give $10,000 to more than 2,000 student teachers in the state. The student teachers, though, must commit to working in Pennsylvania for 3 years. Applications should be on the Pennsylvania Higher Education Assistance Agency website by this afternoon. Also, there is a billboard that's going to be created by students that will be up in York in the coming weeks.
Yeah, hopefully it'll stand out to you when you see it. Today, about 80 high school students from several districts will be spending the day at Martin Library in York, part of the annual event called Part of the Story.
And we can show you some of the designs from previous years. The students today will be meeting virtually with an award-winning author to talk about this year's theme, which is building community and making connections.
Lamar Advertising will then help the students put those designs on an actual billboard, and the winning group of students will have that billboard on display throughout York County in the next few weeks. The State House passed a bill to require school sports coaches to get mental health awareness training. The bill says that the training would be similar to what other school staff already get and would focus on connecting students to resources if they need help. The bill's author says students who feel uncomfortable talking to their families about mental health often turn to coaches and extracurricular advisors for their support. But she says that a survey of 10,000 coaches found only 18% of them felt confident that they could connect students with the right resources. That bill now moving to the state Senate.
Governor Shapiro signed 3 executive orders, which he says are meant to protect people with disabilities and autism. There you see the governor putting down his signature on those orders just yesterday. He says they will strengthen anti-discrimination rules and add new privacy protections for personal data. It also creates a new advisory commission, which will work with federal and state agencies to recommend policy changes.
Today is an attempt to get rid of some of that hoops, give those parents a little more peace of mind, and to make sure that people with disabilities not only have a seat at the table, but that they are the ones driving the change here in the Commonwealth.
Shapiro's office says hundreds of thousands of people in Pennsylvania live with disabilities.
All right, it's 5:09. Let's talk about the weather, Christine. You know, I don't mind the record-tying heat. I really don't.
Right.
It was just there was no breeze yesterday, at least in my house. It was just the stagnant
Kind of
heat.
still, yeah.
A breeze would have helped.
We should have a breeze, 5 to 15 miles per hour at least today. But boy, temperatures in the upper 80s in April, not what you would expect. You'd think it's midsummer out there. The good news is the humidity isn't going to be terribly high today, but it will be a little bit sticky for April. Just like yesterday, we had those dew points in the low 60s. Right now on our Storm Team Live Radar Network, you can see some passing clouds. Any showers, thunderstorms overnight, they've been well to our north here, so they're going to stay to our north. north, and we stay dry this morning for your drive. 63 right now in Carlisle. It's 66 in Harrisburg, 68 degrees in Lebanon, and 61 degrees in Lewistown. Compared to this time yesterday, temperatures are running warmer by about 5 degrees in many spots. So be prepared for this warmth once again. We have one more day of it. Yesterday, today, those were the hottest days that we have in the 10-day forecast. So here's a look at the wind speeds for you this afternoon. Hopefully a little breeze will cool you off at about 5 to 15 miles per hour out of the west-southwest. Weather planner, partly sunny to start, partly to mostly sunny this afternoon with those near record highs. Today's record is 89. We're forecasting 88. This evening there could be a few showers or rumbles of thunder late, but I think most of your day is dry for all of your outdoor plans. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Christine. Well, volunteers in Dauphin County set to work this weekend to restore a century-old monument to veterans of the Revolutionary War. The Newside Cemetery Restoration Project says 17 veterans of that war are buried in the Newside Cemetery in Lower Paxton Township. This weekend, volunteers will work to restore this bronze plaque that is there. They say the old steel bolts are rusted and they may not hold up that plaque much longer. So the group will replace the bolts and clean the plaque up as well. You might remember last summer, the Newside Cemetery Project used ground-penetrating radar to find the graves of 48 early settlers who were buried outside of the fence there of the cemetery that's there currently. A formal rededication of those graves is set for September.
Some people in Perry County might have to find another place to cool off this summer. The County Recreation Association and swimming pool will be closed for the upcoming season. The association says it's because of a shortage of lifeguards, and that is the same issue that forced that pool to close early last season.
If you're in near or around the Susquehanna River today, you might see a low-flying helicopter flying and spraying a liquid. It's there to kill bugs. The York County Office of Emergency Management says that helicopter, you see a picture of it here, it'll be spraying a brown liquid that's called Vectobac to suppress the flies. It says it is not a chemical that's being sprayed, and this is routine for this time of year. The helicopter will fly up the Susquehanna River through the Susquehanna Valley. You can see the map there of all the counties that'll be targeted. This starts at 7 o'clock. They'll be starting this morning in Adams County.